everyone, welcome to Pinoy Nurse Portal. I am vlogging style today because I'm at work. It's 1:15 in the morning. I'm on a break right now and I'm working as a charge nurse. This unit is closed. We don't have patient here. So even if I make noise, not too loud, even if I talk, no one's going to hear me here, okay? The computers will. Anyway, today we will talk about sitters, what to do if you have a sitter patient. And yes, in the United States, you get paid to sit, okay? Nurses are not allowed to sit, okay? You are too expensive to do that job. So who can sit? What are their responsibilities? And what are your nursing responsibilities? What type of patients need a sitter need a sitter, all right? So if you are interested, well, let's go get right into it. All right, so what is a sitter? Okay, sitter literally is a sitter, okay? They sit with a patient. For example, who are the sitter patients? A sitter patient can be a suicidal patient. If you have a suicidal patient, anyone who has suicidal ideation, anyone who verbalized that they want to kill themselves, they don't want to live anymore, you future USRN should not ignore anything like that. Every time the patient will tell you they want to harm themselves, you have to call the doctor. Tell them about the situation, and the doctor will usually or normally will order a sitter for that patient, okay? So if a patient is a suicidal patient, they are considered one-to-one, meaning to say one sitter for one patient. Even if there are two patients in the room, this sitter cannot sit for two suicidal patients. She has or he has to watch for one patient only, okay? And the sitter for a suicidal patient needs to be at arm's length, meaning to say this distance from the bed to where the sitter is sitting, okay? Because the sitter needs to see everything that the patient is doing. Let's say the patient wants to go to the restroom. Yes, you have to follow him. They are not allowed to lock their bathroom or restroom door, okay? They have to wear a hospital gown. They're not allowed to leave the floor. They are to be supervised with anything they do. Let's say, for example, a suicidal patient or any sitter patients needs to go to any procedure, CT scan, ultrasound, they have to leave the floor. Even operating room, you have to be there as a sitter, okay? So how long does the sitter have to sit? Well, the sitter needs a break, okay? They need restroom break and lunch break. And it depends on the length of shift you have in your unit. For example, for us, our shift is every 12 hours. So the sitter needs to sit 12 hours. If your shift requires 8 hours, then the sitter needs to sit 8 hours only, okay? Okay, your next question might be, so what if the patient will go to the operating room? The sitter can sit with the patient till the pre-op section, okay? You as a sitter no longer needs to go to the operating room. Now, if the patient goes to PACU, which is post-anesthesia care unit, which is after the surgery, a sitter needs to be there again and until the sitter order is discontinued, okay? A sitter order is only good for 24 hours. Then again, you have to check the policy and protocol of your hospital. All right, so who else or what other types of patients can get a sitter? Well, aside from the suicidal patients, patients who are combative, patients who are withdrawing, patients who are confused, patients who are sundowning, or anyone who is not safe to be left alone in the room can be a sitter patient, okay? But then again, check the policy of your hospital, okay? Next question, what is the qualification of someone to become a sitter? You have to be high school graduate. That's it. And I don't think they need a BLS for that. Okay, next, what are the responsibilities of a sitter? Can you tell my eyes are really tired? But I'm trying to stay awake right now. So, what are the responsibilities of a sitter? Well, First of all, they will sit with the patient. They have to make sure that the patient is safe at all times. Let's say for the example, the patient gets so combative and the patient wants to harm the sitter. The sitter usually carries a phone with them and a body alarm. It is also their responsibility to chart every 30 minutes the behavior of the patient, whether the patient is awake, happy, combative, and the patient's activity, whether the patient is walking in the room, ambulating in the hallway, or anything like that. Okay, can a sitter help, like turn the patients or clean the patients, for example, for incontinent patients? The answer is check your policy and protocol. In our hospital, if you are a sitter, you are not allowed to do that. Your responsibility is just to chart and to make sure that the patient is safe. So if the patient needs to be turned or changed for number 1 and number 2, you have to call the tech and the nurse to do that. But for example, if your sitter is your own tech on the floor, they can help with the patient's hygiene and patient's activity. For example, turning and changing the diaper or the bed. Okay, next, what is your nursing responsibility as the bedside nurse for the patient? Number 1, you have to make sure that you have an order for a sitter. Number 2, make sure that your order is not expired. So what if it is expired? Well, call the doctor to have the orders renewed, okay? Next, you have to make sure that your sitter is relieved every 4 hours or more often if you have enough staff at bedside. And you know why? Because they can get distracted easily. They cannot, or they are not allowed to read books. They are not allowed to be on their cell phone or watch a movie in their computer. And make sure also that the sitter understands why she or he needs to be a sitter. Some sitter doesn't even know why they are there. So why are we sitting for the patient? And they will tell you, I don't know. So brief them before they even go inside the room of the patient. Hey, we're sitting for this patient because he is suicidal. Make sure that we don't have anything sharp. Don't give anything sharp to the patient. If they will borrow your pen, make sure to really watch them what they are doing with your pen, okay? And then when they are done using your pen, make sure to get your pen back, okay? Be mindful where you put anything, any sharp objects. Oh my God. It happened. The sitter just like help the other patient who is not a sitter in the same room. So there are 2 patients in one room. One of them is a suicidal patient, the other one is not. So the sitter, who's not supposed to be even helping the roommate, help the patient, and the other patient who is a suicidal patient got hold of the telephone cord and wrapped it around his neck. Well, the patient did not die, okay? So that's a lesson learned for suicidal patient. When they say they want to kill themselves, they might really want to kill themselves, okay? So what could have the sitter done when the roommate needed help? The sitter could have called, the nurse for the roommate and have them help that patient and not neglect her sitter patient. What else are your nursing responsibilities as a nurse? A sitter order cannot be PRN. The doctor cannot write sitter PRN. It has to be current. Let's say the patient no longer needs it. Well, have them discontinue the order, okay? And then what if after 2 hours the patient is combative again and you feel like the patient needs a sitter order again? Well, call the doctor again and write for a new sitter order, okay? And there you have it, guys. I hope you learned something in today's episode of Pinoy Nurse Portal. If I missed something and you are a nurse in the United States and I missed something in this very good topic, please comment down below, okay? And if you have more questions, please don't be shy. Ask a question, write it in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching today's vlog. Once again, this is Rebecca for Pinoy Nurse Portal. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you on our next vlog.